With summer officially here, you might be taking advantage of the nice weather, of course, to do some work on your home, and hiring the right contractor can make all the difference. In today's Legal Matters, attorney Chad Florin helping us out discussing the legal side of home improvement projects and the precautions you should consider. This is a big one because you're trusting someone with your home. So you say you want to make sure someone is bonded, licensed, and insured. Sounds like great words. What does that all mean, though?
Absolutely. So if what you're doing is you're making sure that this individual or this company has the right credentials to do the work for you, and that if something bad happens, there are ways for you to make a financial recovery in that situation. So it is so important that when you're hiring someone, don't just take somebody else's word. Don't just trust a big truck and a smile, right? Do your research beforehand.
And you say when you're doing your research, you want to make sure that you research their track record for lawsuits. Like, that's something that should be able to be found online, right?
Absolutely. Google is one of your best friends in these types of situations. And if you're thinking about doing work with somebody and it shows up that they have a track record of bad reviews or track record of being sued, you don't want to work with that person because you're setting yourself up for some pretty bad things to happen to you in the future, like potentially like a mechanic's lien on your house.
Oh gosh, you definitely don't want to lien on your home, right? You say compare, so meaning like try different companies, look for different options, don't just settle on one?
Absolutely. So after you validate the companies that you're working with, seeing if you want to work with them, start comparing the prices because the prices can vary wildly. I mean, just for myself, I had work done on my home and for something on my chimney, $1,000 to $7,000 to get it done.
Oh,
right?
wow.
So it's always helpful to compare and contrast the work being done.
All right, you want to beware of vague scope of work. So does that mean they're not explaining exactly what they're going to do?
Absolutely. So when you're signing a contract with somebody to do this work, number one, I think it's always valuable to have it reviewed by an attorney, but there needs to be specifics in there. What types of materials they're going to be using? When is the work going to be completed by? When is it going to start? Those things give you way more power at the end of the day to make sure that the job is done properly.
Speaking of power and leverage, you say don't pay everything up front, only pay for what has been done so far?
Absolutely, yeah. So, and a lot of times you're going to have to put down a down payment, but if somebody says, hey, listen, just pay it up in full in the front end, what's going to happen when they go AWOL, right? That's going to put you in a really bad position. So make sure that you do not pay in full up front.
You don't want them to go on and move on to somebody else because they already got your money, right?
Absolutely, and it happens more often than you think.
And the other thing you say is you want to make sure that there is penalties for withholding payment or cancellation. You want to know what that information is ahead of time.
Yeah, check in the agreement that you have with them if there are penalties for cancellations, because it can really set you up for failure at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, talk to a lawyer, have them look at that contract before you sign it.
Awesome. Chad, thank you. We appreciate it. Just check out the 4 p.m. show page on KARE11.com to revisit any of the great information that Chad shared with us today.